Alright guys, everybody, let's get moving with our roof assemblies. This is video number 10. We are almost there. We are on the home stretch. We got a couple of videos left probably to get this roof done, and then just a couple of videos for random fun stuff to add on to the whole model. I'm going to show you guys how to prep these final last parts. We're going to move these two up here and bring this one down here so that I can work on this guy. This needs a little bit of prep. Now I'm going to do this. If you remember earlier in the video, I had some tape, some Scotch tape added down here over these lines. And so I'm going to do this down here right over the Scotch tape, just so everything doesn't stick. We need to be able to slide this little part right in here until it sits flat. You can see this is maybe you can, maybe you can't. You can see this sticking out a little bit. So it's not quite going in far enough. So I need to do a little bit more work to this just to make sure it's ready to go. We're going to hit that a couple of times on the sandpaper. And then you'll notice that it's kind of at an angle here. So I'm also going to hit this bottom corner here where the angle comes up. Just like this, a little bit. Just knock off that edge. And then we'll slide this in here and see how that fits. You want it to go till it sits flat. It's almost there. It needs to go a little further. So let me sand a little more. We'll get it all the way there. Fit these one at a time. So close, but still not quite there. All right, we're in. That is right where it needs to sit. Okay. Now let's check the next one. Just get all these fit. Well, that one's pretty good. I'm just going to do a little bit of relief out of the bottom corner there, just so if I need to push it up a little more while we're putting all the glue in there, I've got the ability to do that. Okay. Now I can go a little further than it needs to, but it's not going to. I'm going to get this one in here. Seems like it's already got a little extra space. That one's got a little extra space. I'm going to leave those alone. We'll take my roof ridge, which is the hard maple piece. I'll have to excuse the little dents in mine. My dog got a hold of it and was literally eating my homework. And we got it back from her. It's okay. So she likes to chew on wooden sticks, apparently. She's a dog, so I guess that's okay if you're a dog. Let's see. So that's about how that needs to go together. I do want this to come in flush to the top here, and then all that get glued in. So let's see what we can do to get all this glued. We're gonna get all this set without gluing it to the paper. That's the goal here. That's going to be the trick. So one at a time, here we go. I got my moist towel. Oh, towel's kind of dry. I'm going to go moisten this. Let me pause the video. I'll be right back. I'm going to start by putting a little bit of glue on the end of this piece right here. And we're just going to slide this in place here. I'm going to squeeze that down, and then I can see where I need glue on the rest of it. So I'm going to slide it back down just a little bit. I was going to see if I can use the extra on my finger to do that. Let's see if we can get you actually in focus here. And then I'm going to try and get a little bit of glue on either side of this piece as well. Oh, there's the drip. Let's try and catch that. Okay, so this is really important that it sits flat on the bottom. You want to try and keep it as vertical as possible. So I'm going to bring this and set it right here at the wall so I can see. I can use the lines of the wall to kind of judge what's where and what I need to do. Let's bring this next one in play. So get this going here, and then again I need these three sides. I'll need to have a little bit of glue. So we're going to have to move these a little bit once we get them all done here. To get that ridge piece lined up. Just rub the glue on there a little bit just to kind of make sure it's not dripping off into the paper. Oh, wrong spot. Okay. The smaller these pieces get, the harder they get to work with. So you really gotta, be careful, take your time, make it work for you. Try and keep your fingers as clean as possible when doing this stuff. All right, so that's looking pretty good. I need to make sure that I get my ridge glued in here. So we need glue on two sides of the ridge. You'll notice that I put some lines on this, basically every 2 inches, spacing out my rafters. So I got 2, and then a spot, a line that's at 2, and then left over, and then those are just traced on 2 stud widths apart. You'll see why when we get that going. But I can see right now that this is going to be a problem with gluing to the paper. So I need a piece of tape below that for sure. So I'm going to move this up here. I'll go where that basically was. Bring that back into place. That way it doesn't glue itself to the paper. And I really need to do something to make sure that this stays in alignment here. The top, this top area is really what I want to get flush here. So I'm trying to squeeze these together. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this tape that I had left over. I'm going to try and see if I can pull it across to help hold the ridge together. Really rubbing it into place so that it stays while the glue dries. Do a double check that all these bottom pieces are not pushed out. Everything is going to work itself out. Push those down. Double check my alignment on the wall. Okay. That looks like, to me, I don't know what's going on with the focus, but that looks to me like that will probably work. As long as this dries correctly, what I'm going to do is put my glue bottle right here to help support this ridge piece a little bit, just to kind of keep it upright. And I'm going to take and put this little piece of leftover tape here. Okay, get a little creative with it. It's just temporary. And then, oh, we got this little piece here. I don't know how I could forget this one. So we got to glue this piece in here. I'm going to need my glue bottle back for that one. Okay. So get a little bit of glue on that end there. And on these three ends. Drop the glue right on top of that from the ceiling joist there to that piece. And I'm going to go back and reinforce all of these with a single drop of glue. It can dry right on top, just to make sure they're going to hold right there. I'm going to bring this glue bottle, I'm going to clean the bottle and bring it back into play right there, holding up everything. And that looks pretty good. We'll let that dry. When this is dry in about an hour, we can do the next step, which will be to attach these two rafters and ceiling joists, which together make a truss assembly, these two truss assemblies, to attach them to this so that we can attach everything to the roof. We're going to try and get all this on the roof in the next video if we possibly can. And then we can start playing with the model, doing other things other than the framing aspect of it. So this is great. I hope you guys are getting this. I hope there's no questions, but if there are, please send them my way. I'm happy to help out, and let me know what you need.